My name is Dr. Joseph Munyua. Today we are focusing on the research questions. The accuracy, validity, and reliability of the research findings depend on whether the researcher asked the right research questions or not. The research questions anchor one's entire study. Therefore, it is important to ask the right research questions that are in line with one's research objectives and problem. It is in this context that this lecture seeks to unearth the meaning, formulation, purpose, and nature of the research questions. The research questions are the specific questions that the involved study seeks to answer in order to test the research hypothesis, meet the research objectives, and solve the research problem. At this juncture, it is important to note that the research objectives are converted into interrogative questions, which become one's research questions. These are the questions that the researcher seeks to answer in the involved study. Typically, therefore, the research objectives should be pregnant with the research questions that are meant to address them in an attempt to solve the research problem. This context evidences that the research questions and the research hypothesis are related. In that vein, in a research proposal, the research hypothesis is the supposition that the researcher will seek to test by means of answering the research questions. Generally speaking, therefore, the research hypothesis is a tentative answer or answers to the research questions. But strictly speaking, the research hypothesis is a provisional answer to the research problem. Surely, the researcher collects data, analyzes the gathered data, and interprets the analyzed data in order to answer the research questions, test the research hypothesis, meet the research objectives, and solve the research problem. Let us seek to further our understanding of the interplay between the research objectives, the research questions, the research scope, the research hypothesis, and the research problem. Obviously, the aforesaid answering of the research questions brings about the testing of the research hypothesis, the meeting of the research objectives, and the resultant solving of the research problem. Therefore, in the research process, the research questions follow the research objectives and subsequently pave the way for the statement of the resultant research scope and the research hypothesis. By the way, in one's research proposal, the scope of the study means the intended extent that the study will go or cover. Additionally, the following are three basic types of the research questions which one's study can seek to address. Number one, descriptive questions, which are used when the research is designed to describe something. Number two, relational questions, which are used when the research is designed to focus on the relationships between two or more variables. Note that a rational study may also require some descriptive questions which enable the researcher to describe the involved variables before showing the relationship between them. Number three, causal questions, which are used when the research is designed to determine whether one or more independent variables causes or affects one or more outcome or dependent variables. Note that a causal study may also require some descriptive and rational questions. In a course of study, the researcher may seek to describe both the cause and effect variables and show that they are related to each other. Hence, a course of study may embrace all the aforesaid three types of the research questions. All in all, the research questions should be easy to understand, straight to the point, and engaging. Besides, they should be a research guide throughout the research process. Indeed, the research questions should pinpoint exactly what the researcher wants or wanted to find out and give the entire work a clear focus. In a word, every research question should be, among other things, researchable, feasible, clear, leading to the creation of new and original knowledge, specific, interesting, ethical, significant, relevant, focused on one precise issue, connected with a certain research objective from which it came, and related to the research problem. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.